Hello and welcome to the Big Bang Theory podcast. My name's John. I'm here with my friend and colleague Dan.
Hello.
Dan, welcome back after a long and drawn-out summer without football.
Oh, I know. It's really felt like, the longest summer.
Would the cricket never end, you thought?
Yeah, no, it's just been a couple of weeks, really, hasn't it?
It really has. It's about 3 weeks ago we were commiserating after a bitter defeat at Wembley. But even though the season should have started this weekend coming, it's actually back in about a month's time.
Yeah, not even a month, isn't it? So this is we need to sort of do an emergency podcast to talk about all the things that have been happening.
Yeah.
Which isn't much, but we want to get it in now, and then before the season starts, we have to start talking about the matches.
Indeed so. So the league...
I say have to, like someone's making us do this.
What you can't see, listeners, is Taggy with a blunt teaspoon he found in the canteen, threatening us. But anyway, there we are. He's got to save his money somehow to buy more electronic boards. But we're here under duress, so we'll do the best we can. There's a few things to say. The league structure, well, not the structure, the league makeup slightly different than we anticipated.
Yeah, a couple of new boys.
And a different old boy disappearing.
Yeah, so we thought it was going to be
the Burger Kings.
The Burger King boys. And actually it's the Silky boys that are gone.
See you later, Silk Tights. So Macclesfield deducted, I don't know how many points, more than they had, to take them down into the conference, back to the conference after 2 years in League Two. I'm not sorry to see them go, as in, like, you can't really cheat and not pay your players, but they did give us some good times in a way. They gave us Sol Campbell for a year in probably white trousers.
Yeah.
And they gave us, best of all, about 50% of our content from the Silkmen Cafe.
I know. How are we going to do a full season without just reading out their menu? You know?
I don't know. Someone buy me a square crumpet and I'll find...
It's the employees of the Silkman Cafe. Silkmen Cafe?
I think it was plural.
Whatever. It's them I feel for. Anyway, they're gone, and we'll find a new cafe for you in Barrow-in-Furness.
Yeah, or Harrogate.
Historic town of Harrogate.
The spa town of Harrogate. And that
is it a spa town too?
Doesn't just mean it's got a couple of good corner shops.
I reckon probably Harrogate's probably... This is my hunch. Harrogate, quite nice, based on it being sort of near York. And Barrow, dump.
I believe that's absolutely correct.
There we go. Glad we got that taken care of.
It's the old West Coast, East Coast battle. Not Biggie Smalls and Tupac, but Cumbria and Yorkshire.
Yeah.
So anyway, they're up. And yeah, Macclesfield and, of course, Bury, although kind of not, are the ones that have gone. But, of course, tragically, for everyone concerned, City, another failed playoff attempt means we're back. I mean, it's kind of unfair to call it a failed playoff attempt, even though that's exactly what it was. We got through the semis course and then got absolutely walloped at Wembley. But we probably shouldn't have been there in the first place. We'd been top 3 for most of the year.
Does it count? I mean, maybe it doesn't count.
So that's that. So we're still there, and of course, and all our old pals are there too. Pals in a way.
Well, we're still here, aren't we? Knocking about League Two, and it's not all bad. If this time has taught us anything, then it's just that just to be able to go to a game will be more than enough for me.
I mean, hats off to Newport, of course, who will be there again, and I'd imagine we'll be there on Boxing Day or New Year's Day. But Rodney, he's not just happy to be back; he's parading about the town. So.
As he should be.
And Dale Vince. By the way, does this keep coming up on your Facebook? It's recommended that I like Dale Vince. He's a pop star or something.
Nope, never had that.
So, Forest Green's owner, Ecotricity's maverick leader.
You probably engage with a lot of that kind of business on Facebook, though, don't you?
I don't think I do. But
vegan sort of activities.
But flipping heck, why is that guy? The things I like on Facebook are bands and,
I know.
nice cafes that would sell you a stodgy lunch. But instead, I've got Dale Vince.
I don't know. I can't answer that question. The algorithms are bizarre.
They really are.
Let's just hope this podcast gets algorithmed right out to some, people who least suspect it.
Yeah, I mean,
couple of Argyle fans.
By the way, thanks to everyone that's liked us in recently. We've noticed a spike not in the sense you might be thinking, listeners. We've noticed a second spike of likes around the place, which we appreciate. So if you are listening for the first time, you can expect more of this nonsense.
Yeah, but don't worry, we'll get to Exeter City in a minute.
Maybe that minute's now.
Yeah, go on then.
All right. So City are still there, of course, League Two. Matt Taylor's still the manager. We've lost a fair old wedge of staffing, guttingly for those people. So we lost our goalkeeping coach. So Matt Taylor and Wayne Carlisle are kind of doing it, not single-handedly. There's two of them, but,
Well, I suppose this is just the way it's going to be, isn't it? And we always, you're only ever a kind of a big kind of natural disaster, if it was a natural disaster, away from, when you kind of run your business that close to the wire, and it has to be like that. It's just the way football is, and whether it's right or not is, irrelevant really. So yeah, there's got to be changes. So we've lost quite a few members of staff, which is sad. We've also lost a few players who we probably would have kept hold of, wouldn't we? So with Aaron Martin, all the players who are out of contract basically are gone. Some of them would have left anyway. I think probably Moxie and Woodman. But you've got to think, Martin probably would have stayed, wouldn't he?
Indeed.
And maybe Dickinson as well.
So let's talk through that then. So we've lost Lee Martin, and he's gone to, I've forgotten the name of them, Ebbsfleet United.
Yeah.
So that's conference.
Yep.
We've lost Aaron Martin, currently nowhere.
Yeah.
We've lost Brennan Dickinson, gone to Carlisle United, League Two.
Yep.
We've lost Lee Holmes, currently nowhere. We've lost the goalkeeper, whose name I've forgotten, who came in at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Currently nowhere. And we've lost Craig Woodman, Tiverton Town, and Moxie, not retired, but has left City.
Is that right? He's not retired yet then?
There's been no
official announcement.
There's no official announcement.
Yeah, so they're all gone. And like I said, some of those you probably would have been gone anyway. Some of them you have to think, I think definitely Dickinson and Aaron Martin. If we had the money, we would have tried to keep hold of those two, wouldn't we?
I would have thought so. And
anyway,
then we've brought in 2 new players. Matt Taylor said, didn't he, on the interview that 2 was what he was aiming for, and 2 is what we've got. Both defenders. Yeah,
I think there's vague rumours of maybe one more, isn't there?
Vague rumours of one more.
Because we can still do we've lost quite a few defenders there, haven't we? That's 3 defenders who all... Woodman didn't play a huge amount, but he did play.
Yeah.
And that's 3 defenders out.
Yeah.
And I've brought 2 in, but so... Yeah.
So, first of all...
He said we're going to use a lot of youth players, aren't we, this season? That's the one that's... We're in a lucky position that we've got an academy to use.
Yeah.
And 2, that's a good thing, because they were probably ready anyway.
Indeed. So the 2 new players, Jake Caprice has come in. I hope I'm saying that right, Jake. From Tranmere.
Yep.
So we played against him. He's been with Tranmere for a few years, maybe 2 years. We played against him in League Two. Of course, they are now relegated from League One, but we've picked him up. And then Rory Mercado, I hope I'm saying that right, Rory, who's come in from...
Scunthorpe, was that last? I think he was released.
No, he wasn't released.
Or was he out of contract, was he?
Out of contract.
Yeah.
So I think Scunthorpe wanted to keep him. That's the suggestion.
Okay.
So he's come to City, and Matt Taylor knew him, played with him at Bradford.
That tells you at least one thing you need to know, doesn't it?
He's not young.
He's 33.
He's 33. And
I'm not bigging myself up here, but I'm older than that. And I think, sorry, Rory, if you're looking, but he looks old enough to be my dad.
Yeah, I could see that. And he's Northern Irish international.
And so am I. We're not an international, but sort of Northern Irish.
Sort of. So, obviously a decent player in his time. Whether his time is still with us or not.
Yeah, it's good to have people. And we didn't mention, obviously, we've also lost Gary Warren.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we have. Yeah, we lost Gary Warren.
So this almost seems like a kind of like a natural replacement for him. But who knows whether maybe because of the situation we're in, maybe Mercado's more in the plans for the first team. We'll see, I suppose, or whether or not he's, someone like Hartridge or one of the other youngsters is going to sort of be kind of like the idea is for one of them to sort of be the first in the first choice for that spot. We'll see. But
what's that young lad called? Also a centre back, who went to Bath. City.
Yeah, that's Hartridge, isn't it?
No.
He was at Bath.
Oh, I'm getting the name wrong. I'm going to look it up in a minute. And
Dyer?
No. He wasn't an academy player, but we signed him. Oh, what's his name? Anyway, carry on.
Oh, not Smurden?
No, not him either.
Okay.
Maybe I'm remembering wrong. But...
Yeah, so those are the sort of ins and outs, aren't they?
They are. So it's obviously pretty depleted, although, of course, all the youth team are a year older.
Yeah, that's lucky. That's a lucky thing for us, really, because, I mean, a lot of those young players who got a few chances this season, this would have been their year anyway to kind of like, right, this is the year you got to step up. And they'll probably play more than they maybe were going to, some of them. But you know, people like Ben Seymour, who's just been given the number 9 shirt. So clearly that means he's in the first team plans like proper this season.
Yep.
Joel Randall's going to play.
Yeah.
We like this. They would have been getting more games anyway. Probably wouldn't have gone out on loan this season. Those two, and then like I said, Hartridge, and you know there's others, isn't there? You know, like that are gonna have to be like instead of new signings and instead of the people that have left.
Indeed so.
But that's good. That's a good thing. It's like I said. It's like we're lucky we've even got an academy. Other clubs just don't have them, or they're shutting them down. And like, not only do we have one that's producing like really good players that we can use, we've also it's our main source of income. You know, like and. There's kind of more movement on that at the moment, isn't there? With obviously with Ollie Watkins' situation changing slightly.
So on that, everything's gone very quiet around Randall Williams.
It has, hasn't it?
He's not in any of the photos.
Ah, good. Well, so far we're not on a team photo or anything.
There's no team photo yet, but he's not in the new kit photo, which we'll talk about in a minute.
No.
And I would. This is awfully cynical. No, it's not cynical of me. It's awareness of our times. We don't have that many players of different race and colour. So if you were someone taking photos, I'm doing a bit of detective work here. You'd want a black guy to be in a photo.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is it telling us something that he's not in the kit photos?
I hadn't thought about it. Maybe, you know, I mean, we have to, if we want money for Randall Williams, this is a situation that maybe we talked about this before, but if we want money for him, he's got to go this summer or in January.
Yeah. Because
he's got 1 year left on the contract. So if he goes at the end of this season, he goes for free. So in a way, we kind of, I don't know. I mean, given the situation, if it was a normal season, I'd say maybe it'd be worth hanging on to him to try and get us promoted, and then if he goes for free, then so be it. At least it worked. But given the the mad times we find ourselves in, I'd think let's sell him. If we can get close to $1 million for him, or I don't know, even $500,000, if it's going to help that much, then let's sell him.
Yeah. So we'll wait and see on that. There's no other suggestion of anyone else going, except it looks like Ben Cresceni.
Yeah.
To Villa.
Right.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's the last I heard.
It's not been.
I don't think it's been announced.
It's not been announced.
But that's on the kind of Ampadu job, isn't it? Tribunal.
Yes. But Villa seem more open to the process than Chelsea did.
Okay.
That's my.
Isn't it kind of like standardised now, anyway?
Oh, is it?
Isn't that not the way it goes?
I don't know. I'll look it up.
I don't know.
So yeah, looks like he's on his way out. And then Watkins too. Watkins obviously
he's not somebody. He's like the hottest property in town, isn't he?
He is.
There's different stuff going around, but whether or not he's got a release clause or whether he hasn't, I think
no one seems to have the definitive answer.
Yeah.
There've been some reports that he does. People who seem to be in the know suggest that's not true.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we'll see with him. Yeah.
So the biggest noise around that is also Villa, and I guess the reason that makes sense is Dean Smith was manager of Brentford when Watkins went there.
Right. And he had chose Brentford as well, didn't he?
He chose Brentford. And, Dean Smith or Villa, they've got other good young players. And Watkins will have seen what Grealish has, what it's done for him, I suppose. Who knows? He could go anywhere. But that's merely conjecture, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. But that's the ins and outs, I think.
Yeah.
The name of the player, it completely escapes me, and the internet isn't helping me. I swear, listeners, you can tell us the answer here. Was there not some really young lad who we brought in straight away from non-league, and he went straight out on loan to Bath, and he was massive and a centre-back?
Are you talking about Robbie Cundy?
I am talking about Robbie Cundy.
He's gone.
Is he?
He went ages ago.
Oh, flipping heck. Sorry, everyone. When did he go? January?
Yeah, I think it was, yeah.
Oh, right.
He went out on loan, and then immediately, and then he's gone anyway.
Well, look at that. That's what the pandemic's done to my brain.
It erased Robbie Cundy from your brain.
Sorry, Rob.
He was big, wasn't he? I don't know where he is now.
He did play, didn't he? We saw him.
We saw him, I think, in a friendly, beginning of last season.
So I'm getting it all wrong here. He was on loan to us from Bristol City.
Oh, right.
They
of course.
recalled him.
That's it. They recalled him. Then they sent him out somewhere in the conference, I think, after that.
He went to Torquay.
Oh, right. Okay.
He didn't play for us at all. I think we saw him, but I think we saw him in a friendly.
Yeah, that's right. We saw him in a friendly.
And then he never played. And then he went to Torquay and played 25 games for him.
Okay.
And then he did a bit at Cambridge, but never played for them. And now he's still at Cambridge, so maybe that's happened this year.
Robbie. Forgot he even existed.
Sorry, Rob. I completely got my wires crossed there.
Okay, so yeah, that's the ins and outs.
Anyway, it's been a right old ding-dong-do.
Has there?
You've seen it. We've all seen it. Backstory. Flyby.
Yep.
Bust.
Yep, they've gone. There was a long time coming.
It was on its way out. By the way, I say this, I realise lots of people lost their job. I'm not making fun of this. But it was already going to go, wasn't it? And then the government said, we'll save it. And then something else happened, a pandemic, which meant that A, no one was flying anywhere, and B, the government had other things to put money into. So they removed their support for I don't know if they were going to nationalise it or whatever. So Flyby is no longer a thing.
Yeah, so we won't look at that big cardboard aeroplane anymore if we're ever allowed back into St James's Park, will we?
That's long gone, though. In the same way that I've forgotten Robbie Cundy, you've forgotten the away stand.
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking of so long ago. Anyway, all right. There's probably still some branding around. Anyway, Flyby, see you later.
See you later. Sorry.
Our longest ever shirt sponsor.
And a very credible one.
Yeah, it's decent.
I was talking to my friend about it yesterday who supports West Brom, and he was bemoaning their boiler mascot. Fair enough. Do you see that? When their mascot was a boiler. And he was saying, well, Flyby's decent, isn't it? And it is. And we've been spoilt with it in a way. Because, of course, we've had things in the past that were complete, just local anythings.
Yeah.
So now we go to Carpetright.
Yeah, we've talked about Carpetright a bit in the past.
We have talked about it. And obviously there's a couple of jokes. Which I'm not going to make because I think I'll need them later on in the season when things are bleak. Yeah. But it's a national company.
Yep. Owned by an Exeter City fan, right?
A season ticket holder who's followed us on Twitter. Thank you,
remember his name.
Wilf.
Great name. Oh, yeah. Someone sat on his lap, didn't they, in the
post-match
interview?
Sweeney sat on his lap.
His cardboard lap.
He did, yeah. So Carpetright are our sponsors, which necessitated, of course, new shirts. So we've kept the yellow and purple number.
Yep.
Updated with Carpetright. We've kept the black number, the classy black number, and I think that looks better with Carpetright on it. I think it looks very nice.
Yeah, sleek.
And then we've got a new home shirt.
Yeah, just announced the other day.
And the internet kicked off.
Yeah, it did a bit, didn't it?
It did. People didn't like it. Some people didn't like it.
Yeah, some people didn't like it. You probably about 50-50, I'd say.
I think it's about 50-50. I want to say on air, this isn't live, I like it.
Okay.
What do you want to say?
I'm not that bothered.
Okay.
I'm bothered about having a kit. What I mean is just like I think it's fine. It's like it's all right. It's not the best. It's not the worst. People comparing it to that season where we had the big
white
the juice and big red V kind of one. You know that one with when Lee Sharp played.
Yeah, it's not
that bad.
Some people like that thing. I didn't like that thing.
Oh, it's the worst.
I think. Yeah, no, I think it's good. I like it.
Here's my so just this little point. It's not perfect. There's a few things about it where I'm like, oh, I don't really like that. That's whatever. I get what they're going for. If you want to have a look, and if any listeners are interested, have a look at Grimsby's new home kit.
Okay.
It's made by that sort of old sports company you associate with sort of table tennis and that area.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's made
They
by
make
them.
badminton rackets.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like and it's very similar design where it's got three stripes rather than City got two, but it kind of just come up from the bottom.
Yeah.
And then kind of disappear at the top. But they're much simpler collar.
Okay.
A lot less. There's quite a lot going on at the top of the Exeter one, where it looks a bit confusing, and people are complaining not enough stripes. But the Grimsby one still looks like a striped shirt.
Yeah. Okay.
Have a look at it. Honestly, it's like just got a simple
one,
V.
Okay.
It's just like the City one, but a bit better.
Okay. I tell you why I like it. I like it that it's red. Like, you can see a lot of red. I don't like it when teams go for weird reduction in colour. So Argyle are particularly guilty of this. That away shirt they had last year, where it was still green, but it was like a pale green. So I think what they're trying to do is mix it up a bit and not just be red and white stripes. And I think they've mixed it up in an okay way. I think a good way. And I think I saw some photos today of people who've received their orders, come in the post, and it looks really good on normal people. Not that it looks bad on the players, but I think you kind of, in a way, don't. When they're playing, who cares? You know.
I kind of think that it is this, because obviously the shirts it doesn't matter really, but it's a source of income, and we really need money at the moment.
Yeah.
And I kind of think, is it the right time to take a gamble on doing a weird kit that sort of doesn't have red and white stripes anymore?
Yeah.
Is this the season to do it, when you sort of like, you could really do with every penny, that you could get? Whereas and to be honest, if you just got the most basic red and white stripes, just standard red and white stripes all over, slap the sponsor on it and the badge, and in a very kind of classic sort of way, you'd probably sell more, wouldn't you, rather than just go for something crazy?
Maybe.
I don't know. I think the risking sort of people not liking it is the kind of, maybe it's not the right time for that.
I hear what you're saying. I wonder, who knows?
Because I think how much would have sold that black one. Yeah. And it's plain black. Yeah. It's hardly a master of design, is it? Like, no. Oh my God, it's just a plain black shirt and they probably sold loads.
Who knows? I trying to get into mind of kids, who are essentially the market, right? Kids and men who need XXL.
Yeah. That's probably right, yeah.
No offence to those people. You both look good in them, but I think that's probably pretty much the market. I think there's a culture of like, you want to fit in and you want to look like so football supporters inevitably are a bit like, well, I've been here longest, or I'm real, and you kind of earn your stripes, don't you? Literally earn your stripes.
Yeah.
And there are some shirts in the City canon, you cannot tell which season was which. Like, you just can't tell.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
So this, you can tell, and I just wonder if it might work in that way. Because I don't know anything about selling football shirts. I just wonder if there's a kind of psychological thing around, like, well, you notice if you haven't got the new one or not.
Yeah.
So maybe.
And we don't always have new kits. So I think in a way that's to our credit that we don't, that they don't try and kind of, every season it's an entire new home, away and third, just kind of, because it's a money spinner, isn't it, essentially? We don't need to have a new kit at all. You could just keep the same one forever. As long as the company making it doesn't go bust, or your sponsor doesn't change. You can just keep the same kit. You don't need a new one at all. It's just to make money. So, on the one level, that's good. But at the same time, you kind of think, well, I don't know. If it makes more money than it costs, maybe we should be doing things like that. And maybe, I don't know, we shouldn't take a risk.
We'll see. I mean, they'll tell us, I'm sure, how many they've sold. And they sold 100 really. I saw that they sold 100 really quickly. And
yeah, and probably just like Twitter and Facebook that's not real life, is it? No. And like, it's not reflective of real life. And we know that in all other areas of, well, most people, you should know that in all areas of life. That's not a true representation. So I'm sure it'll be the same with this, and people will buy it and like it. But I just think it's a bit left field, isn't it?
It's a bit left field. But that's what they'll be playing in. So we haven't got the fixtures yet. We haven't got the any kind of idea about the structure of how things will work, when we can get back. There's some suggestion that supporters will be in October. So we might, I suppose, only miss a couple of home matches.
Oh, I hope so.
I also saw they've cancelled a couple of friendlies because they think that the Carabao Cup's going to be before the league season starts.
I'd seen that, yeah. I think, and possibly the other one. Possibly,
the Checkatrade.
Yeah, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
No.
Leasing.com.
Leasing.com.
Have we forgotten
Is it
that?
still that?
I don't know. Don't think they've said. But I think those will happen before the league starts.
Yeah, so we got games coming probably as soon as kind of like, next couple of weeks, isn't it?
So how many that means we'll miss and when it means we'll be able to get into the ground, I don't know. I don't know if anyone knows. And it wouldn't surprise me at all if football clubs are massively stitched up and either they're allowed to start selling them and it's cancelled, or they're told, well, everything can go back to normal from next week, and suddenly it's a mad rush to sell tickets.
Oh, bound to be. But whatever happens, is that someone's bound to without making this too political, someone's bound to make a big mess of it, whatever happens. Whether it's the EFL or the Tory government or whoever.
Yeah.
They're going to cock it up, aren't they? I mean, so all we can do is kind of like be there ready with our cash.
Yes.
We're actually probably not allowed to use cash anymore, are we?
No, so season tickets are on sale. They've sold.
Are we going to get contactless card payments on the turnstiles? That's what I want to know.
Seems like that should be a sensible idea.
Well, on the one hand it is, but then cash is good in it for small business. Well, I say small business, but for a club like City, cash is good.
Cash is good. So that's that, really. We'll be back again soon, won't we, to talk about more stuff?
Yeah, I've just forgotten about a couple of things.
Oh, yeah.
Now, we talked about people leaving. Players leaving.
Yeah.
We've seen a couple of photos and stuff, and it very much looks like we know that the new signing, Jake Caprice, is now his shirt number is number 2.
Yeah.
That's Sweeney's number.
Yeah.
You don't just come into a team and take, unless you're, Ronaldo coming in and going like, even he didn't get the number 7 straight away at Real Madrid because of Raul. He had to wait a couple of seasons. You don't just come in and take someone else's squad number. So I got a feeling perhaps that maybe Sweeney's off.
Okay. Yeah.
And the other one is Joel Randall is now number 14, and that is Nicky Jose's number. So, and he's not moving, so maybe he's going too. And you wouldn't be surprised. I'm disappointed if either of them leave, to be honest. I like Sweeney. I definitely think we're not at the point where he's not good enough to play for Exeter. Maybe he's not the first choice if there's a better option. But as a squad player, I'd quite like to see him stay. And with a Jose, I just kind of think it's a massive shame we spent all that money and we didn't even see him play.
Indeed. I mean, we're kind of putting 2 and 2 together and making 5. We've seen Sweeney is training with them, but you're absolutely right to say.
But it doesn't happen. It'd be quite
often.
strange if that is what's happened. It's just like, I didn't mind. I gave the new guy my number, and I've had. Sweeney's been number 2 for quite a while. Yeah,
I wondered if a Jose might get number 9. Not because I wanted that to happen, especially because of course it's been retired since Stansfield's death.
People won't moan that Ben Seymour's been given it. They would have moaned if a Jose got
absolutely. So that was my only thought, but then of course that's now been revealed that Ben Seymour's number 9. So yeah, I can see exactly why you're pondering those things. There's no sign of a Jose anywhere yet. I haven't seen him on any video or
me
picture.
neither.
If you have seen him, listeners, let us know.
Or if you see him in town, ask him. Hey, guess who I saw the other day?
Who did you see the other day?
Lewis Ward.
Good. He's
guess
a regular.
where? Yeah, I've seen him a few times. Guess where I saw him?
Where did you see him?
Outside a pet food shop on Sybil Street.
Was he buying pet food?
Nope, don't think so. Just walking past it.
Yeah.
He was looking very summery.
Okay.
Backwards cap.
Good.
Aviators.
Good.
A vest.
Wow.
Shorts.
Yeah.
Flip-flops.
Lewis.
Yeah.
Embraced the summer. Was he drinking a can of Lils at the same time?
He should have been. He looked like kind of like sort of Miami via Primark.
Okay.
I
mean, Sybil Street is
that sums it up.
Is like, the Miami of Exeter, isn't it?
In a way.
In a way it is.
A lot of old people there.
Yeah.
A lot of old people in Miami.
Slowly falling into the sea.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Slowly sinking into the ground.
It is.
Sinkhole outside Mega Kebab.
Yeah, sort those potholes out, count, sorry.
No, they have actually done that.
Oh, fine. Carry on. Good, because when I'm cycling, when I'm late for a match,
Yeah.
Because they won't take contactless payments on the turnstile, and I've had to leg it down to John Lewis to get a tenner out.
Yeah.
20 out. That pothole will cause me a cropper one day.
Sort it out.
Do you cause someone a cropper, or do I just come a cropper?
You come a cropper, I think.
You can't cause a cropper.
I've never heard of it.
No. Well, I might come a cropper, but no, thankfully they fixed it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, so those are the things.
Well, good spot. That's a good Lewis Ward spot. Did we even mention, I don't know if we mentioned this, but I saw a Jose directly before the Wembley final in town.
Yeah, he's wearing his kit. I think you did talk about it, yeah.
Did I? He was wearing his training kit eating a Subway.
I've seen a couple of the other lads knocking about, but nothing, I thought Ward's outfit was worth mentioning.
Absolutely. Good luck to him. Tropical Ward.
Yeah.
So we'll speak to you again soon, listeners. Don't forget you can get in touch with us in all the normal ways. We're on Facebook, the Big Bank Theory Podcast, on Twitter at Big Bank Pod, and you can email us bigbankpod@gmail.com. We always love getting your letters electronically, of course.
Yeah, do it, and leave us a review as well somewhere if you want.
Leave us a review.
You know how to do that. I don't.
In these strange times, listeners, don't forget, Exeter City needs not just your cash, but your support. Your friend is probably cross that their team, Arsenal, has been making people redundant left, right and centre, and then spending an absolute fortune on Willian, for example.
Yeah. Your friend who supports Arsenal, who lives in Exeter.
Remind them
was born in
James Park,
Exeter.
Is their actual home, and they might enjoy a match there.
There's no telling these people.
I think there is, maybe.
Maybe there is.
Maybe there is. So bring them down. We'd love to see them, as would everyone else. I don't know why I've gone into that kind of moment, but I think it's important sometimes. You forget football's so demented at the top level, isn't it?
We're in trouble. There's no doubt about it. All small lower league teams are definitely it's uncertain times, isn't it?
Yeah.
So any kind of extra support or help at all is good. And I don't want to see any football teams go bust, least of all City.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you do know anyone who you think could be persuaded to stop being a 5-year-old and start supporting the team from the town you were born in, then go for it. Give it a go. Yeah.
Splendid.
So we're back soon. I don't know when. There's loads going on.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be long. I think we'll have more to talk about. I'm going to buy myself one of those shirts. I'll report back on how it fits.
Okay, great. Can't wait to see it.
Thanks, everyone. My name's John. I've been here with my friend and colleague, Dan.
Cheers.
See you soon.